creek. Walk 'em up and down in the summer heat. Same old boy changing like the seasons. Country kid turning to a town right heathen. Country kid turning to a town right heathen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Old Man Van Running. Here again in the Old Man Van Cave, the Old Man Van Castle. Now, as you can see, Old Man Van's a little more positive today. Got some of that Old Man Van energy back. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since my last update, and that last update, I was recovering from this illness that I had starting on the 22nd of July all the way through most of August. Well, a week ago Friday, I finally got some additional tests done outside of when I went to the hospital and had the CAT scan. Well, then I had an endoscopy and, both ends, and I got a clean bill of health. So my gastroenterologist told me that, most likely it was a virus, an insidious virus, whether it was COVID or not, can't really say, but it finally was eradicated. I got a clean bill of health, no ulcers, no other issues there whatsoever, and I'm back to running. In fact, I've run 8 out of the last 9 days. Last weekend, after I had the endoscopy/colonoscopy on Friday, I ran 5 miles on Saturday and then 12 miles on Sunday, so I only got 17 miles in for that week. But I went out Monday, did a 3-mile run. Tuesday, I did a hill climb with the Young Professionals group, which I hadn't run with since July. And, it was a trail run, kind of a gravelly trail, about 450 feet of climbing in the first mile. All the way up to the top of there's a tower, ran around that tower, and then it's 450 feet down. So it's about total mileage, about a 5K, and I did really well. Put my trail shoes on, kind of took it easy, told the youngins I was just gonna kind of take it easy going up that hill. But I found I was feeling good as I went up the hill, again 2 days after running 12 miles, and I caught the quick guy or the fastest guy right before the top, and then I blew them all away. I descended probably going, right around 7 minutes a mile, and I was waiting maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the bottom of the hill for those guys. So it was just kind of like an eye-opening day, a day where all of a sudden I felt like Old Man Van, the true Old Man Van. And I'm going to tell you the rest of the week went great. The rest of the week went absolutely great. I took 1 day off on Thursday. Then I ran again on Friday. I did kind of a tempo run, a 5-mile tempo run. Yesterday on Saturday, I did a 5-miler, nice and easy. And then today, I went out planning to do 14 or 15 miles, very easy. And instead, I knocked out a 16-miler with the last 2 miles in the mid-8s. So I feel good. I recovered well after that. My Patriots won today. That was awesome. And I really do think now that it's time to make the big decision. And that big decision is whether to defer Chicago to 2025 and maybe run Philly or run Chicago. So how this week went really, really worked into that decision-making process. So last weekend, like I said, I ran 5 on Saturday, ran 12 on Sunday. Then I ran 6 out of 7 days this week. I ran a total of 38 miles or 38.2 miles since last Monday. And from Friday last week, so 9 days, I've run 55 miles and I got a 12-miler in and I got this 16-miler in today. So my decision has been made. Old Man Van is going to run the Chicago Marathon on October 13th. So really quick here, I'm just going to go into Strava and show you kind of what the last month plus has looked like. So we're looking at my fitness and freshness, right? So I'm working to get my fitness up, right, for Chicago. If you look here on the screen, you can see when I ran Boston, I was up at 71, right, for fitness. Whether, this gives you a good little guide how much it really matters, but I do kind of like to follow it on Strava. and it does kind of help me judge where I'm at. So if you see before Boston, I was up around 58 here on 331, right? Before I went into my taper. And the week before that, I was at 57 and 54 and then 52. So as I was doing those long runs and getting more volume, my fitness was improving. Now, you see my fitness after Boston, I took a little time off. Then it started to go up, and you can see I was up to 57 when I ran the Yukon Health Half Marathon on Iron Horse. And then that was the last kind of big long race. And then it kind of waffled right around the 50s, right? Low 50s. I think right into July when I started my marathon training. Now, as you can see, as I got sick, it started to decline kind of towards right there on 7:22. All right. And then it dropped because I wasn't running much. I tried a few times, but I was sick. All that stuff was going on. And it dropped all the way down. I think I got as low as right there, 36. 36 on August 16th. So what a dramatic drop in fitness. But you can see over the last few weeks as I started to recover, got it back up to 39, and then I did a 12-mile run on 8:25, got it up to 42. Then I had that whole week where I really didn't run any because I was getting ready to have, the endoscopy, colonoscopy. But then I went again, got it up to 42 again last Sunday. And then, as you can see, I kind of maintained this week because now I've been running just about every day. Then up to 45 this morning. So with another strong week and another couple of strong weeks ahead, I should be able to get my fitness level back up into the mid to upper 50s and, potentially closer to 60 before I go into the taper. So I think I have time to get my fitness back to where it needs to be and to get ready. Again, not a PR fitness, but you know what? Instead of running a 340, if I'm able to run a 345 or a 350, you know what? I'll be happy with that because what I didn't want to do is run a 430 because I was totally detrained. That would not have been something that I would want to do. At that point, I would definitely have deferred to 2025 and decided whether I was going to run Philly, which is at the end of November, because I'd have plenty more time to get ready for that. But now, as I'm feeling back to my old self and I had a great week of training, I'm going to kind of recover a little bit tomorrow and Tuesday, ramp it up again, and I think I'm ready. And I've made my decision. I'm going to Chicago. Am I going to run it to get a PR? Probably not, but I have 3 weeks before I do a taper, 2-week taper this time. I've got 3 weeks to get, maybe next weekend, get an 18-miler in, and maybe even a 20-miler before I go into that taper. So, I'm feeling really good, no niggles at all. I'm eating well, I'm starting to gain a little more weight, I'm recovering well, I'm sleeping well. All of those things are in place. I feel like my old self. Now I just got to be careful I don't overextend myself. So instead of, doing 5 miles tomorrow, 10 miles on Tuesday, and then getting an 18-miler in this weekend and trying to get 55 miles, I'm going to take it a little bit easier. Those long runs are the most important runs and some quality runs. So getting a little bit of speed work in. Today, as I mentioned in that 16-miler, I did those last 2 miles a little bit quicker, right? I think the last mile was around 8:15. So I tried to do a fast finish long run. And I think next weekend I'm going to try to do a little more at marathon pace. But during the week, make sure I get enough rest so I don't develop a niggle from kind of ramping up the training too fast. So the goal here is not to get to 60 miles. The goal here is not even necessarily to get to 20 miles. The goal here is to get some progressively longer runs. I'm already at 16. I've got another, like I said, 3 weeks in this month before I have to do a taper. So I can easily get 17 or 18 next weekend and maybe 19 or 20 the following weekend and then go into a nice 2-week taper. I think this is lining up perfectly for me to have a decent run not a PR run, but to have a decent run where I can enjoy myself, and who knows, maybe I'll perform better than I think, but I'll go out conservatively, enjoy running Chicago and getting that 3rd star. So thanks again for all the wonderful support. I really do appreciate it. It's been a very, very tough month and a half, but Old Man Van is back. Old Man Van is back in the saddle and ready to rock. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll get notified when more videos are posted. I definitely have more coming up. I got to get that Super Blast 2 review out. And hey, if you have friends, pals, running buddies, family members, coworkers that you feel might like the Old Man Van Running channel, please let them know. Don't forget, leave comments. Plenty of comments. Any and all comments really does help my channel. So thanks again. Can't wait to get to Chicago. Hope to see some of you there. And remember, lace up those shoes and let's get out on the roads.
Railroad tracks run along the creek, walk 'em up and down in the summer heat. Same old boy changing like the seasons, country kid turning to a town right heathen.